And on tonight, for the religious topic, we're going to be discussing the question of, if God supposedly knows everything, right, then why would he bother testing us? If we're supposed to have if God is testing your faith, and why does an all-knowing God need to test us if he knows the outcome? That doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell you what, we're just gonna go right with that, and we're gonna get our timer up here. So if God is all-knowing, and why would he need to test our faith? Now we're gonna start the timer, and it's right over here. It's right underneath there, and the timer starts now. John, you get to go first.
I think all we have to do is look at the book of Job to kind of answer that question, because it makes absolutely no sense. It's just bullshit. As far as, God needs to test us, and like you said, why? I mean, if he knows everything, I mean, he can't be omnipresent, can't be omnipotent, he can't be omni-everything. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I mean, in that case, he also lives in hell, part of his thing. So I guess that's my unfettered answer. Okay.
Do you have anything else that you want to add to that? Because we got like 6 minutes.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, gosh. Well, no. I ramble too much.
No, please ramble. That's what the whole segment is. Just us rambling.
The pressure's on, John.
Ask the initial question one more time. Okay. Why does an all-knowing God need to test us when he knows the outcome?
Right.
Well, I mean, quite frankly, the answer can be just said in a couple words, like, it doesn't. I really don't know what else to say. And I got 5 minutes and 40 seconds left.
That's all right. Okay. That's all right.
We all get to take turns.
Yeah, we all get to take turns here. I thought I'd give you a few more minutes there. Dave, what is your thoughts on this?
Well, the Bible explicitly forbids testing God, yet God's going to test us all the time.
Right.
Seems like quite a double standard, if you ask
does.
me.
I hate getting woke up in the middle of the night. He's like, hey, come here. Hey, I got a test for you. Fuck, I can do math again at 2 o'clock in the morning. Fuck you.
Right. I mean, obviously, it's absurd that if he already knows the outcome, he would make us go through everything, especially considering, as John said, the story of Job is just, it shows kind of how sadistic this entire thing is.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's certainly not compassionate for a all-loving, quote-unquote, God and all-knowing, quote-unquote, God to make us go through all sorts of different things. I mean, obviously, the apologists would say that he's giving us the gift of life. We get to have experiences and learn and all of those things. Mm-hmm. But we couldn't do that in the afterlife anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
It also puts into question the concept of free will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's like they're all kind of combined, I think. So what's the point of even having a mortal life? Why not just be born under the spirit, so to speak, or just be born a spiritual being, and just kind of live your life that way? But I think the answer to my question there is basically that because it's just bullshit. It's just this whole idea of, okay, well, it's like, ad hoc, the question or the answer to the question. It just is, let me try to justify why I believe in an afterlife after the fact. And it's just kind of, to me, is the way it just keeps unraveling.
Right.
So, I mean, I can read any verse in the Bible. I can go back, Old Testament, New Testament, Old Covenant, New Covenant, whatever. It just, when it comes down to these people who they just make shit up as they go, basically. Right. And that just drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Oh, no, sorry.
Well, I did just ramble.
Oh, that's all right. That's perfectly okay. Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah, Brett Palmer in the chat room said that if an apologist heard this question, he would say, well, God is using a test of faith to teach you something. And I actually Googled this question, and I found on billygraham.org, quote, But God doesn't test us because he doesn't know how strong we are. Instead, he tests us because we don't know how strong we are. And we will only realize it when in times of testing to come. So
that's a lot of
unraveling of that comment itself is like
that's a lot of doublespeak, in my opinion.
Right. Well, my first thought when I read that was, okay, so when God kills your spouse or causes a car accident or gives your kid leukemia, God is teaching us that we are strong. Sounds more like a dick move,
right?
You know,
much,
and
yeah.
how is it
much.
teaching your dead spouse or the kid with leukemia to be strong? You know, the kid is dying from a disease. Your spouse is now dead.
Right.
It's crazy. It's just trying to put a happy face on a horrible life moment, and it's really not. It's not in any way practical or rational or it's just nonsense.
It's a ridiculous chess move, and it's just so
Absolutely.
so obvious to me that why people still want to believe in certain verses, biblical verses, obviously, that they just suck into. When just look at life in general, and it just doesn't really work out that way. You can comfort yourself, but does that really fit reality?
Right. Yeah, Brett Palmer in the chat room, he said that this is something I'm assuming that he's dug up on these people, and he says you're not omnipresent or omniscient.
Omniscient.
Omniscient. Okay, thank you. Omniscient. So you can't possibly know why God does what he does. I've heard that argument. Like,
exactly. It's the God works in mysterious ways. Do you think that you know better than God? Argument that they use all the time, and it's absolutely absurd.
It is.
God.
Yeah,
God
I mean, I think there's
little-
like three sentences there that are or three phrases. Basically, God works in mysterious ways. Who are you to question God?
Right.
And
I always say if I'm
God
my name is Packard. I live over there. This is my address. This is my ID. This is who I am, and I can question anybody I like.
Well, yeah, and I think that shows that. I mean, obviously, God has very little faith in us and our capability to reason.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I am's that am's, and that's all I am's.
The Popeye move.
Yes. And oddly enough, that's what God calls himself. I am what I am.
I am's what I am.
Like,
Yeah, so,
I am.
Yeah. So
I am. You know?
One of the
I think
first
it's all the way
atheist
back
books
to
I read
Exodus,
was
I
from the
believe,
American
but-
Atheists, and they actually said that in there. They said, you know, like, well, who do you think you are? And it's like, I am that I am. That's all that I am. Just like Popeye.
Yeah. Except they left out the
right. Right. Exactly.
and no spinach.
Yeah, and no spinach, right? But yeah, this is an interesting topic. So we, by all means, don't have all the answers on this. So give us your thoughts on this. The number is 662-709-PPAP, and we'll play them here on the show.